In September this year, social media giant TikTok reported that it had reached 1 billion users worldwide. Joining us today on Newsmakers is a Web City woman who is now up to 3.6 million followers and whose sometimes profanity-laden videos spark humor and criticism.
So, how was your day at school today? Did you guys learn anything fun and new and exciting? No, but I did learn that you can't tell Brenda to f*** off whenever she's annoying the f*** out of you. Did you know you can't do that, apparently, at school? Rip off. Everly! No, you did not. You did not tell Brenda to f*** off, did you? What'd she say? Oh, yeah, I did, Chase. You should have seen her stupid, annoying face. Like, oh, Miss Teacher, Everly told me to f*** off and I'm a baby crying about it. Oh my God, yes, that's amazing fist bump. Thanks, Chase. That's what she gets for stealing my oranges and pinching my arm, Brenda. I was more so talking about, like, math. But I'm... Okay.
Thanks for joining us, Kristen. How are you? So tell us how you got started on TikTok.
Oh, well, the pandemic, of course, and I was one of those parents that was like, I'm too old for TikTok, I will not download it. But at the time, I actually owned a daycare, and a lot of the parents weren't working anymore because it was like the peak of the pandemic in this area. And so I was like, you know what, fine, I'll download TikTok, and so I did. And then I started out doing some trends here and there, and then I just randomly one day did a story of my kids, and it went pretty viral. About 20 million, I think, is the first one that went pretty viral.
Did you know babies come from buttholes? I'm serious. I came out of Mom's butthole. Did I come out of Mom's butthole too? No, Everly. She's my mom. Me and Jude came out of Mom's butthole, not you. Then whose butthole did I come out of? Your mom's butthole. You came out of your mom's butthole. Mom, next time I'm born, can I come out of your butthole instead? No one came out of my butthole, you two. Stop arguing!
And I'm like, man, I should do that again. Right? And so my kids say some wild things, like, I think I could do this. And so I did another one, and it went pretty viral, whenever my kids asked where they come from. And
I watched it. It was so funny.
Yeah, that one hit almost 30 million. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And so I just kept doing the same types of videos with my kids. And as it progressed, I just kept gaining followers. I mean, pretty rapidly. It's only just been a year.
Wow.
And so, I mean, that's kind of how it started. It was an accident.
Yeah. That's a fun story, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And I watched a few of your videos on both TikTok and Instagram, and I can totally relate to the mom issues, kids not letting you sleep. Like,
oh, yeah.
That is, that's all moms, I think.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Mom! Psst. What? I have a question. What? Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. Tell her. He lives on Drury Lane. It's a song, Boomer. The Muffin Man. Good night. Good day, my lady. What the f...
Do you think that relatability is why so many people follow you?
100%. I think the fact that other moms can be like, oh my gosh, my kids did that too, and I don't feel so bad about it now because, I mean, look at her. She's putting her life on social media, so it's clearly not that bad.
Right.
So I think a lot of moms followed me because they can relate, and then I also kind of grabbed a younger audience because it is a little bit funny. So I kind of have the best of both worlds where I'm helping moms understand that it's okay for kids to be crazy sometimes. Right. And then the younger kids kind of understand what their future may potentially be like.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, watch this. Okay, I'm watching. Are you watching? Yes, I'm watching. You're not watching. You lied. I watched you watch me. You're not watching. If you want me to watch, you better hurry up, dude. I'll even try not to blink. That way I'm 100% devoted in watching. So hurry up. I can't not blink for that long. Oh, I already messed up. See, hurry. Okay, but this is super cool. I've been practicing, so don't blink. Okay. Bad guys. I'll be right back. I forgot to go snort my birth control. Love you. Yeah, I knew you'd love it. Thanks, Mom.
And one of your kids was diagnosed with diabetes.
That is correct.
And you documented it on social media. We've got a video of you changing, is it, which son
Chase.
is it? Chase.
My
Chase's,
7-year-old, yep.
Dexcom. Let's take a look at that video.
This is the way I live. Little boy in a push a big wheels. Stack my money, lay low and chill. Don't need to work hard, that's the way I feel. I feel like this is the way I live. Little boy in a push a big wheel. Stack my money, lay low and chill. Don't need to work hard, that's the way I feel. I feel, I feel, I feel. Well, it's me, baby, B. Look, you know who I be. 16 flossed out 7 days a week. Put the game, X name was Paulie P. Now I'm ballin', I control, they call me Ballin' B. LP on my license and arriving for 5. Got a drop top, Sam, and it's so shy. Now won't you come in my drop in Tigger ride? Let me take it to a place where we act a fool. Where them boys drive fast with the Lexus coupes. Corvettes, BMWs, and Lays too. Don't get me wrong, I
Okay. And yeah, so, I mean, it's got to be tough going through that.
It is. I think it's tougher for my son because he's at the age to where he can look at himself versus other kids and be like, why do I have this, but they don't?
Right.
And that's really hard. Sorry.
No, I get it. Yeah. Well, in going through it publicly, I mean, does that help you to kind of like, is it cathartic to get that out here?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I didn't mean to ask you a question that would make
It's
you
totally
cry.
fine. I knew.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just my child, you know.
Yeah, it's hard. But helping him go through it, I mean, it seems like you do a great job. Like you just make, the videos and they play along and.
They do, and he is so great.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, now that I can breathe again.
Yeah, you're good.
So, yes, it helps me knowing that I am reaching other parents with kids who are newly diagnosed with type 1. I originally wanted to be an endocrinologist. I wanted to help parents, and I wanted to be like, hey, I know it's difficult, but, it gets better.
Yeah.
And so being able to use my platform in the same type of manner is just really, it's like a rewarding feeling almost.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, and you can teach other people and other parents so much.
And even parents who don't have kids with type 1, it teaches parents that type 1 is inevitable. Like if they get it, they get it. And the difference between type 1 and type 2, I mean, type 1 kids are judged like, oh, they should have eaten better or they should have done their PE in school, but that is not the case.
No.
And so many people don't know that.
Yeah, they don't. And I just did one of these shows on, chronic diseases, and diabetes is one of the biggest.
Yes.
But there's genetics involved.
100%.
And,
Yeah.
he just couldn't control it.
Can't avoid it.
Wow.
It's tough.
Well, so what is some of the feedback you get, both good and bad?
Well, I don't get a lot of bad feedback, actually, which is fantastic. I mean, it comes and goes in waves. So I have like a controversial video about like my son with type 1, for example. I got some negative feedback about how I was too strict with what he does. And I'm like, this is a life.
Right.
This is a living, breathing life. He is 7. Like, what I do literally decides if he lives.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be strict. Like,
sure.
I don't care. But, and then, you know, the videos of the cursing. There are some people that are like, do your kids really curse like that? And, you know, they did for a minute. And I allowed them to express themselves and talk to me freely as they, you know, as they wanted. And but I would tell them, like, hey, you know, at school or to someone in a negative manner, don't do that.
Right.
Because you will be in trouble.
Right.
Hey, Chase, guess what? What? I did not have school today, so Mom took me to get my nails done. Oh, and we went shopping. But don't worry, we got you stuff too. And then we ate pizza for lunch. We got a hot chocolate. But how was your day at school? So you're telling me right now that while I was learning to read, you were off getting your nails painted? Well, I'm pretty sure that's what I just said. This is why I don't like you. Oh, I know.
I kind of feel that as well because I'm, you know, sorry, I cuss, you know.
Yeah, me
and
too.
My grandkids hear it, you know, and
Yeah.
they get in trouble, of course, but you know, I'm like, well, did you use it appropriately?
At least, I
Like,
mean, there's
don't
pros
be
and
cussing
cons.
at people,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
because that's not good.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's a good thing, I feel like, for kids to be able to feel like they can openly talk without any type of severe repercussions. I was very sheltered as a kid, and I didn't learn anything until I got out on my own.
Right.
Like, I thought that if I said a cuss word, I was gonna die. So
You were doomed.
yes, that's how I was raised, and I would like my kids to not think that and have that same type of anxiety mindset.
Oh yeah. Well, and do you let the negative comments bother you, or?
No.
That's
So
good.
at first I did, but as I began to get a bigger following and a larger support group of moms and just, you know, everyday people who are accepting and adapting to the world that we live in, the negative comments just kind of started to fade away. And
Yeah.
so they've never really gotten to me.
That's good.
Yeah.
And now you did one video, and we'll take a look at that video here in a minute, but about somebody approaching you in the grocery store about your clothing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's got to be
Always.
nonstop.
It is, and it's usually people who are not my generation
Right.
who are approaching, who don't like what I'm wearing because I'm a mom and I am a female with body parts, and they
Right.
don't like to see them. But I feel like that I should be able to express myself, and if I look presentable, in my opinion, I think
Right.
that's all that matters.
Well, and body positivity is such a big thing.
Yes.
Like, you have to be happy with the way you look.
Yeah,
In order
I
to be
agree.
happy inside. And I think older generations don't really get that.
I agree.
Like with tattoos and clothing
Yes.
and just let it all hang out.
It's sad, but that is true.
So let's take a look at that video.
So I go to Walmart today with my kids because we're getting stuff to make dinner, all right? And I happen to run into the best older lady. I'm minding my own business, just walking with my shopping cart, you know, picking stuff up, doing my shopping, minding my own fucking business like I should. And this pile of dust grabs my arm and leans in and goes, "Oh, honey, I think you left your pants at home." And I'm like, "I did? Oh, here. Sorry, ma'am. Is this better for you? Or this better?" And she looks at me and she goes, "I'm disgusted at your generations." As if we gave a f about what Grandma Becky has to say about my sexy dress. Like, I look good. I'm making my Italian family proud, ma'am. Shut the f up.
It is so funny. So tell me about the kids being in the videos. Do you want to use them more?
I would like to use them as I get older. To a certain extent, I feel like it's my job to kind of protect them right
Sure.
now because they are very young, and there is a lot of not nice people online. There has been people that have criticized the way they look, or I'm serious, or criticize, my daughter has short hair. And I'm like, get over it. Like, she's allowed to have short hair.
Boys can have long hair.
Exactly. And my son used to get called a girl because he had curly hair and it was a little bit longer, my youngest. My daughter would get called negative things. My oldest would get criticized about his pump. And so I completely removed them from all videos for a while, because it is about, the stories are sometimes about them, but it's also, you know, this is their livelihood. They're going to look back and see those comments, and I would like to protect them, you know, as much as possible. But as they get older, and if they want to be in videos, I do include them to an extent.
There are some funny ones with them in it.
Yeah.
The little Chase.
Yeah.
He's got a great personality.
He does.
He's probably going to be a TikTok star, just like his mom.
He's always been very dramatic, so it's possible.
And what about your husband? He seems like he's a pretty good sport. Let's watch one of those videos.
Am I more than you voted for yet?
So does he really think that you're a psycho? I mean, he's got to know.
No, but he does know that my personality is a lot. And there's a lot of men who look at women who are strong and they're vocal about things and they're like, not for me, not today, Satan. But he looks at me and he loves it. He loves my personality. He likes that my kids are getting strong personalities. I mean, you can't overspeak them, like you can't. Like, they're going to tell you how they feel and what they want, and that's exactly how I am.
Right.
I've always been that way, even if it's about something that's, you know, maybe you don't like it, but if I do, that's what I'm doing.
Sure.
And so I think that he has been really, really supportive, and he's been really good.
That's good.
Yeah.
They seem, I mean, he seems to have fun in the videos, just like the kids.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the financial aspect of like product endorsement. Here's one of your videos talking about Casetify phone cases.
I am going to do something completely crazy. I'm going to throw my phone from 9 feet. Let's try this.
Wipe it down.
All right, so this print case passed the test. It did not break my phone, so let's try the next case. This is another print case. It's got these guards on the side. It says it's drop proof up to 9 feet by Casetify, so let's test that theory. All right, ready? All right, guys, so I would say the second print case from Casetify definitely passes a 9-foot drop proof test. It is super sleek, and it's not super bulky, so it fits in your back pockets really nice. And so for the everyday life drops, I would definitely recommend these phone cases. You can customize them, you can change the colors, you can write your names on them. There's a bunch of different designs that you can do, and they have these little guards on the edge as well, so when you do drop them, it really protects your phone. Put 15% for 15% off.
And so, do you make a living, or how do you get paid in that respect?
So, I do have a management company that kind of like handles all of that, which makes it really nice. But I mean, think of it as like if you have a new business and you want to like advertise for your business, you would seek like a marketing agency or the newspaper even, or a magazine. That's kind of what TikTok is for larger people, and so they see you as like a marketing thing, and so you do make a pretty decent living off of it, as far as like endorsing companies or being an ambassador for certain companies, and it really, I mean, it's really helped our family a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, how do you get hooked up with the companies? Do you contact them, or do they find you?
I have never contacted a company. They have always reached out to me, which is really nice, because I don't feel like, I don't want to be one of those people that are like, hey, I have a lot of followers. Do you want to hook me up? So I don't want to be that person. That just seems like it's not, I don't know.
It's contrary to your personality.
Yes, yeah. And so I think it's really, really cool that they are like, hey, I think you're a good fit for our product. Like, I think your followers would benefit. And I think that's really cool. So they usually come to us.
How incredible. I mean, TikTok and, well, all social media, it's just kind of opened up these money-making avenues for
It has.
for people. And about how many days a year would you say you post on social media?
Oh gosh, so there's 365, so probably about 360.
Oh my gosh. So like you get a week's vacation.
Yeah,
once you become big
basically.
TikTok.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Do you ever feel like you just don't want to post?
Yes.
Like there are days, but
A
you
lot.
do it anyways?
I do. I do. There are days that you have to post. So that goes back to the endorsement.
Oh.
And so, I mean, there are pros and there are cons whenever you think about it. I mean, the pro is that, you know, you have all this free time, but the con is you might be having a really hard day, but you still have to put on a smile and make a video for somebody. And because somebody else might be going through something, you know, just as bad or if not worse, I mean, you don't know. And so you kind of have to take everything into consideration.
That's very admirable, because a lot of people are just like, Psh, I'm not going to do it today.
Yeah.
Wow. And so the filters you use,
Yeah.
you use the long face
I do.
to mimic some of the kids, like their actions and reactions?
Yes.
We're going to watch one of those.
What? How was your day ever? Oh, you want to know about my day? You want to know about how I traced all the lines at my school? Or about how my favorite time of the day, recess, is ruined because of a tree is on all the playground? So I couldn't even play today. On my break, I had to trace a line, not even a heart or a square, a straight line chase. And my teacher just kept saying, it's okay, you don't need recess, read a book. Books. So what you're saying is it sucked. Well, my last chicken nugget.
That one's pretty funny.
Thanks.
The kids just seem so animated
They are.
off screen, and you do such a good job of portraying their personalities.
Thanks.
So what do they think about you being big time TikTok star?
Well, my daughter wants to be a TikTok star, so she thinks it's not fair because she wants to be in all my videos. And she is a little younger, so I'm more protective of her. She's a girl growing up in this society, so I'm very cautious with her.
Yeah, that's hard.
And my son likes to tell everyone that his mom is TikTok famous. Do you know my mom? Do you follow her on TikTok? Like, that's what he does. He taps the table. He's like, do you follow my mother on TikTok? Well, you need to. Hot Mama 95. I'm not kidding. He will tell everybody. Gas station, doesn't matter.
That's funny.
Everyone.
I mean, he's probably part of the reason you have that many followers.
He is, 100%. Yes.
And what do you do when social media crashes?
I do have other, not like a job, I have other jobs.
Sure.
So we do rental properties.
Oh,
And
okay.
so we do, we have a business that's launching very soon. I can't tell you what it is.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
Well, stay tuned. Yeah.
But if it crashes, like completely,
Well, like Facebook was down the other day for like 6 hours. I didn't know it either. Which, you know, Facebook, I think it's, you know, for younger people especially. But I don't know, does TikTok ever go down?
it did go down actually not that long ago. I made a video about it, yes. And I was bored out of my mind. Literally. I think Instagram went down not that long ago as well. And I was also very bored.
Gosh, do you ever worry that somebody's going to do something bad with your images or your videos?
Yes. Of course, you know, not everyone's going to like you, especially whenever you come from a small town that everybody knows everybody,
Sure.
naturally. But if it's not true, then
Yeah,
so be it, you know? I mean, that's all you can do.
right. And I think that's a great way to look at it, though. I do know some people who still don't have TikTok.
Yeah?
I mean, few and far between, but there are some students here.
What? Students?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
they're
mean,
just
that's impressive.
Right. And my husband doesn't, because of
Really?
course he just watches over my shoulder
Yeah,
when we watch. You know.
exactly.
I'm like, you want to watch something funny?
Yep.
Rather than regular TV.
Yeah.
Do you think it's kind of trending that way as far as advertising goes? More towards social media, shorter videos?
I do, and actually, I just took a quiz about that. TikTok asked me the same question.
Oh.
Yes, I do think that it's trending. I mean, I can't say no one, that's a large word, but a lot of people are in the now. They want to know what's going on right now. They don't want to sit and watch 2 hours worth
Right,
of movie. They want to watch little blippets that's going to keep them consistently entertained, and I think it's working for a lot of people. So
Yeah, it's working for you.
yeah.
So do you think that your kids, as they get older, will be in more videos?
Yes, I do. I do.
Because they want to be.
Because they want to be, yes, because they don't leave me alone
Like,
about it.
Start making some money off my kids. There's
Yeah.
no anything about use labor or anything on social media.
No. I mean, technically, I think they have to be 13 before they're like really actively.
Oh, right.
And so Chase is 7, so he's got caught a few more years. So I just kind of let them in sometimes. It's not very frequent, but when I do, they really like it.
Yeah, Chase did a really funny one. Let's take a look at that one where he's becoming a star. We will bleep out some of the words.
Yes.
10, 20s, and the 50s. I'm a mother star.
And are you worried about stalkers or people finding you? I just heard a story today about social media. There, I think it was in LA, someplace in California, where they watch people and they see them on social media, what they're doing, where they are, and then, roll up and rob them. I don't know what they're called.
So I am, to an extent. Whenever I'm in larger cities, I do think about that more because I do travel. I do TikTok meetups, safely, of course.
Sure.
And the thought does cross my mind, but I'm never in a situation to where I'm alone. I just don't put myself in those situations. I don't go to the store by myself. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I do get approached frequently. Not as much in this town because it's smaller, but I do think about that, and it does worry me. So as far as personal information, I don't put it out there. Like,
That's good.
I live in the Midwest. That's what we know.
Well, and you have followers from everywhere.
I do.
Not just local, but everywhere.
Not even just America.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you ever think one day you would be this?
I mean,
famous,
I wanted
guess?
it.
Yeah.
I wanted it, but I never thought that it would happen. My mom and dad always told me that I had a very large personality. Actually, most people did. And it wasn't always in a positive manner. Sure. I was the kid that interrupted everybody because my point needed to be across the table, not anybody else's. And my opinion was the right opinion. And so those really strong attributes that weren't that positive growing up have turned positive because a lot of people like outgoing and funny and take sad situations, make them a little bit funny just so that way they can relate to it.
Yeah.
And so, yes and no.
Well,
to answer that.
I think you've done a spectacular job, and your kids are awesome.
Thank you.
So thanks so much for joining us.
Of course.
I want to thank Kristen Artiaga, and you can find Kristen on TikTok and Instagram using the handle HotMama95. This is Newsmakers on KGCS TV from the Ruth Copeland Studios here at Missouri Southern State University, and I'm Bobby Potroff. We'll see you again soon.